This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so you should be able to find in course content now this worksheet. So everybody go and look in course content and see if you can pull up this worksheet. And the worksheet has the schedules and journal entries are required so that once the schedules are done, two things are happening. First of all, we're making entries onto this cash budget to see if we need to borrow money. We're making entries on the cash budget to see if we need to borrow money. That's the first thing we're doing. And then we're making journal entries posting to a ledger so that we can prepare the income statement, which will have the variable expenses and the fixed expenses for our net income, and then a balanced balance sheet. And what we said was that we would work on the break even year. Okay, so we decided we'd work on the break even year. But you still have got to make this calculation for your project, okay? That is the quantities, you need to have the quantities that are going to be needed for the target loss. I'm just sort of checking that to break even, but for the target profit, we'll work at that number a little bit. But what you're doing is the break even. Any questions? So does everybody have the spreadsheet now?
Yes, the 1.1.
Yes.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. So what everybody's going to be doing, what I want you to do is based on your assumption in part one to fill out this sheet, the same thing we've been doing, and make your calculation of the contribution margin and the quantities for your project. And that will be in your part one. So let me just see here. 3201. Okay, so let me go. So let's begin to look at Pursley. Okay, so raw materials, 60, labor 5. So you got that 65 in here now. What's 65 times 3? We'll ignore that, but just work on this a little bit. But you can keep selling price at 180, okay? Just
It's
adjust this.
195.
Uh,
Professor, when you get done with this, can you like not really explain number 11? Well, I got a question about number 11 when you get to it.
let me get them going because they're going to work on their own. That I'll come back to another team. Okay, so you're saying your selling price is what? What's the selling price going to be, personally?
195.
All right, so this is 195 now. Okay, so let me just, I got it big. Let me just switch this to 195. 195. So 195 minus 65. You adjust this multiple, so this is $200. Okay.
Wait, do what?
You can't estimate in here. Okay. Well, let me just, it's 10, so if you have 195, 10% of your selling price would not be $7. You got it?
Yeah, yeah. I forgot to change the 180, so that's why all the other numbers messed up.
Okay. So all I'm telling you to do is to change this multiple, and it might be a percentage. I'm not concerned about that. But just go ahead and change it so your selling price is 200, okay? If your selling price is 200, then 10% is going to be 20.
So what would be the selling multiple?
You just come up with something that would call it doesn't have to be a whole number. I'll get it for you in just a second. Then this is going to be 40. So now when we add all these together, because it uh, 60, so this is now 105. If you put some estimates in when you get into those tables, it'll cause problems. So let's just see. So this is going to be 125. And now your contribution margin is going to be 75. Okay. So I want you to use a selling price of 200. So I don't see my car. I'll get the multiple for you later. But don't worry about the multiple right now. It's going to be a fraction, but it's whatever will make this 200. Then your total variable cost 125. Your unit contribution margin will be 75. Okay. You got 160, 100, and interest expense is 20. So this is 280. So divide 280 by your contribution margin of 75 to get your quantity. So what I want you all to do is to correct this uh, based on these numbers, okay, based on a contribution margin of 75 and a selling price of 200. So we're clear on that?
Professor, when we divide the 280 by the 75, it's a decimal. Do you want us to round?
When you
Because I got
divide,
the
when you
280 by the
divide,
75.
mm-hmm, you can round
I
now.
got
So what did you get?
I got 3.733.
Now, before your break-even number, what did you get?
What you talking about the 280?
Yeah, when you
We
divide,
said divide the 280 by the contribution margin, right?
correct.
3,733, and then it just has the point threes after.
So this number is now 3,733. This number
Yeah,
here.
that's yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
that's what I
big
got.
difference.
Yeah,
That's a
that's what I
big
got as
difference, isn't
well.
it? That's a big difference, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now go through and make sure you're going to break even. You see, you said, look at what you had. You had fixed costs of 200,000, but it's 280 here. You see those? You see the inconsistencies? So you needed 280,000 here. Got it? So you weren't breaking even. You had a fixed cost of two. Now, would have been a nicer fixed cost, but so what you did, you came in here and you said it had to exceed 200, will be 200 or higher. You just wrote down 200. You got it? So this chart really wasn't working. So do you see what I want you all to do now?
Yes, sir.
So if 280 is it, then you got to have 280 all the way across. So in diamond, if with with an excuse, you know, we're presenting that day. I just have to see where we are. Then, that'll be okay. You just have your part done. So if you're just not there, that's fine. Okay. So
Yes,
when I
sir.
come back, got it, Diamond?
Yeah, I got it.
I'm assuming y'all have enough people that they can carry this if you're not there, and if we need to do it that day. So what I need you all now to do is to go through and get all of this clear. You use the assumptions that we've been using before. Then you're ready then to come to the main worksheet. And this is just duplicated information here. But on your worksheet, if 3733 is the break even, then 3733 should be here. And then when you start your schedules, 3733 should be here. So you all go change up everything and get to this point, put those percentages in, and we'll start there. Okay. Okay. Who is
So,
next?
would the less variable cost still be 65?
Okay, the product variable cost is 65. Then you still got to put bad debt and selling expense in. So isn't that 125? Did you add those numbers?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at the bottom where it says less variable cost, with the 125 go there, or would it be 65?
Wait a minute. Where are you at
Because that's the
now?
total variable cost. At the
Yeah,
bottom
total
where it's
variable
like the
cost.
sale. Yeah, total variable cost is 125, but the less variable cost would be 65. That's what I'm asking.
The product variable cost is 65 that you use to get your selling price. But no, you're using this number here, 125. This is just used to get to the 200. Okay? You just got to be covering your raw materials and labor with your selling price. So we're going with 200. So now you're concerned with the 125 in general, okay? Got it?
Yeah, sorta, but all right.
There are four variable costs: raw materials, labor, bad debt, and selling expense. We do a preliminary on raw materials and labor. Then we do a selling price multiple so that we make sure that these costs are covered. And like I said, I don't have my calculator, but your selling price multiple, what gets you to 200? So that's some maybe 3.8 or something like that multiple. So your multiple would be something like that. So it wouldn't be your multiple wouldn't be a whole number, but you just get a multiple calculated so you're at 200. Okay.
Yeah, can you go to the very bottom where it shows the break even table and all that?
Okay. Here.
Nah, yeah, right there. Yeah, so the less variable cost is gonna stay at 65. That's all I'm asking, right? Or is it gonna be 125?
The variable cost is going to be 125. This is your number, 125.
All right.
See, contribution margin here is 75. So that's the key number anyway, your contribution margin. Your contribution margin is now 75. Anything else? So go and straighten all of this out, and, and then I'll look at a resubmission later from you all later today. Okay, who's next?
Witherspoon.
Okay, so are y'all finished yet, Wilson?
I said Witherspoon. And my group member I do the last part. So I tried to rush and do it. I don't know if it's mom, okay. I don't know if it I don't know how I did. I was rushing. Honestly, I had like 30 minutes.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you were rushing. You sent me a blank worksheet.
It's blank.
Yep, it's blank. I downloaded it 2 times. It's blank.
Hold on.
So y'all need to work and get me one that's not blank. Who's my next team? Am I missing a team?
Dr. Boyd, I don't think you went over our team, but we submitted ours, but you went over mine with me yesterday when we were on tutoring with you. Part of my team was on tutoring with you yesterday.
Right, but
Jasmine.
okay. But what happened here is that when Weatherspoon submitted for you all, she's on your team, right?
No, this Toys here. I'm on the team with Jasmine, Natasia.
Oh, okay.
So we went
Well,
over
that's the other
ours
team. I
yesterday.
got it now. I got it now. I'm
Okay.
thinking she's on
Yes.
you all's team.
No, sir.
Okay, so she sent me a blank, and so she has to do that.
Okay, I
What's the
resubmitted.
latest? You resubmitted?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me go out and see if it. You submitted it in Blackboard? Okay, let me
Yes,
go
sir.
out. Let's see if it comes out this time. Okay, I have writing this time. Okay, so Weatherspoon, did you all use this fixed cost in calculating break even, the 697?
That wasn't my part. That was for Sterling and Eric. I did 1 through 6. Louise did 7. They did 8 and 9,
Well, let me just, okay, see what I'm saying?
and Brianna did the rest.
You said the fixed cost was 697, but you're using 578. So why don't you just make 578, 250 the fixed cost all the time? Okay? Because you're using it. So you can't have it at one thing here and a different thing here. Got it?
So it's gonna be 5, 7, and 8 straight across.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's what you get. You got to create it straight across down here. So it's got to be straight across up here. So your quantity is 24094. Gotta get these consistencies in here. You see, you got manufacturing overheads of 22, 272, whatever, whatever. But in your assumptions, you got a whole different. You got 150,000 for the overhead. Administrative, you got 50. And entry, you got 100,000. So none of that is agreeing with what you got here. Okay? None of that's agreeing. So whatever you have on this page has got to be in these assumptions here also. Got it?
Yeah. Okay, for the interest, this is where I had a problem with the interest. We were supposed to use like
Same thing.
the same assumptions that you gave us.
Well, no, this is yours, but you said your interest is 20,000. Okay?
Mhm.
That's what you're supposed to be using. You got
Okay.
20,000 here. So interest here needs to be 20,000, which is 5,000 a quarter. Got it?
Yeah. And then how does it go with the principal?
5 all that. All right. This has to be 5. Uh,
Is it all right if I break even? It's like $25 off.
yeah, just so you've done 100.
All right.
If you get outside of that, you're gonna run into problems down the road. Okay. Up here, you said you borrowed 200,000, and I think you're supposed to be paying the 200,000 back over a 5-year period. So that should have been the note payable should have been 40,000. So the interest is 20. So the note payable would be 5 and the 20 would be 40,000 a year. So that'd be 40,000. That's gonna be 10,000 a year. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
So it's not letting it. So once you get all of those things straightened out, Then you're ready to go on your sales schedule with your break-even number, which should be 24094. Oh, you're not there. So, okay, that's where you all ready to go on this schedule now. Any other questions for you all?
Okay, I have one more, just one more. You could go
Okay.
back to the sheet where it's like the chart on the 11th, the same one we was just on.
What you sent me?
Yeah, the same thing we was just looking at with the 5,000 and 4,000 and stuff like that.
Oh, that's your assumptions. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, scroll down. Right there for that collections, do we supposed to put in numbers and that depreciation included in manufacturing overhead? Is that right? Because I didn't know what I was doing. I just put numbers.
Okay. For payments to collection, you'll use the same percents. That's fine. Okay. So the depreciations you're using, uh, right, yeah. You said depreciation was 30,000 manufacturing overhead and 10,000 for administrative expense. You got 30,000 here, then you start changing it, but just keep it at 30,000 every year. Then you change it to 40, but it's 10,000. So it's supposed to be 10,000 here and 10,000 all the time. So those depreciation you calculated here, 30 and 10,000, they're gonna be in your assumptions. So for manufacturing overhead, it's 30,000. And the purpose of this, all you're doing now, you're breaking it down into 4 quarters of 7,500. So that's what you're trying to do here, 7,500. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
And your depreciation on your administrative was 10,000. So the total has to be 10,000 here. Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Group, anything else? No, you turn that down.
Okay. Our look forward to you all's resubmission.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need another chance. How many submissions we had? Cause I used the two of already.
Whatever.
That was a mistake. I was rushing.
Oh, you're rushing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just finished ours. My numbers finally balanced.
Numbers
Do
balancing
is only
now.
one person supposed to submit it for the group, or everybody supposed to submit?
One person for the group. I take out. Why would I want to look at all of it over and over
Okay,
again?
all right. So whether
You just
when you finish, just resubmit it.
make sure you did some work and your name is on what's submitted.
We gotta do it right first.
Mm.
All of it was wrong, basically. With the whole bottom.
Okay, so here's here's the team with tennis. All right, let's see. 50. It's not the one I want. Okay.
I would do my selling price uh by the variable cost to find the selling price multiple.
Right. Let's look at what they did. Their variable costs for raw materials. Can you see this? Their variable cost for raw materials and labor was 80. They had a selling price multiple 2, so the selling price is 160. Then they calculated bad debt and selling expense and came up with a total variable cost. Oh man, this again. Oh, here's the 20 in here. They're paying the people $2 an hour. They're so generous. Center. So raw materials, labor, that's 80. So the total variable cost. So it's 128. Wait a minute, wrong location. Like this is 128. And 128 from 160 is how much? Let me add these again. Raw materials 60, labor is 20, so that gives me a total of 80. Then when I put the 16 in for bad debts, 10% of 160, 20. When I add these together, $128. So if 128 is the variable cost and 160 is the selling price, what then is the unit contribution margin going to be for this team? What is the unit contribution margin? Joseph, Blake, Mann, Felson, Mays, Hicks, King. What is y'all contribution margin? Just asking. What's contribution margin? Is it 80?
Uh,
Is it
yes,
80?
yes.
What's your selling price?
It's 80.
What's your
No,
selling price?
our selling price is 160.
One what?
160.
And your total variable cost is what?
I'm pulling it up on my spreadsheet now, Dr. Boyd. Now I can't even pull it up on my spreadsheet. I just had it up.
Well, there's somebody else on this team, isn't it? 50 million people. I want to know what the unit contribution margin is. How'd y'all get 80?
He
I guess you're making that
subtracted,
same mistake I guess that Perslows was making. 160 minus 80 is 80, but you
right.
still got to deduct the bad debt expense and selling expense too. So your total variable cost is 128, and so 160 minus 128 looks like it's going to be 32. I'll put my 32 over here. I'll leave y'all 32. Well, let me go down here where you're proving that out. So 91, 220. Okay, so let's look at your chart here, team. So for the break-even year, you said your sales was 641. Your variable cost was 491. So 491. I'm not sure how we're getting some of these numbers. If we multiply 6141 times 160, what do we get? So say we're going to go to 491, 220. Eventually, when you went to your schedules, you wouldn't balance out because you don't have all your costs in there. So you would find that this number was not going to be working. Any comments from the team?
So our number is not right.
Let's go all the way up to the top. You said that your raw materials is 160, right? The selling price 60, your raw materials 60, your labor was 20, so this was 80, okay? Got that?
Yes.
But then you added bad debts of 16 and selling expense of 32. So your total variable cost is 128, okay?
Okay.
Your contribution margin has to be 160 minus 128. So it's not 80, it's going to be 32.
Okay.
And even though you're coming out okay now, once you get into your project assumptions and once you get into those, once you start putting bad debts and everything in, it wouldn't come out. So I know we looked at this yesterday, but when I relook at it, these items are left out.
Okay.
And Percy was talking about that too. So you got to recalculate those numbers based on that.
All right.
And you've got to make,
The changes on the
you said all of these are going to be 491, 220, correct?
yes.
Okay. Well, get to work, get to work.
We got you.
So where are we, uh, team Persley
I
and
finished.
comrades?
Yeah, I finished all the numbers and stuff. I fixed them. They balanced.
So what are
The
you ready
selling
to
was.
do? So what are you ready to do now?
Uh, I don't know.
Was
Maybe
2404,
put them on.
Is this your sales number?
What my sales number?
Yeah. What's your
I
break-even
don't think
sales quantity?
my break even sales quantity is uh 3733.
All right, so let's put 3733.
Professor, is this master budget stuff due today too? Like, do we put it on the same form as the step two project, or we just turn it in separately, or how they?
It keeps coming. So you have step one, then you have step two. Now we're on step three. So that's sheet three. So it just
So
keeps
turn
building.
it in with it with step two,
So what?
or do we turn step three in with step two?
Yeah, eventually you're gonna keep adding step. You're gonna keep adding things to it.
Okay, but it's not mandatory to turn it in today. The master one
No,
budget.
not today. It's not mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so personally, what were your sales percent? Let's assume
Uh,
you're selling
you mean like how
10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. So that's how you're selling it. Okay. So now you got to allocate 37, 33 over all of these quarters and put your selling price in for total sales. So in the first quarter, you were selling 373. Okay. And what
yeah.
was your selling price?
Uh,
You make it 400 or something?
the selling price was 200.
200. So your total sales are going to be what? 200 times 373 in the first quarter is what?
74 600.
74, 600. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
take your word for it. I'm tired now. Okay, so since your bad debts is 10%, then 7,460 is going to be bad. 7, comma 460 is going to be bad. Wait a minute. All the sales are on credit, 7,460. So the bad debt's going to be 7, comma 460. Your collections in the month of sale was what, 40%, right? So what's 40% of 74, 600? What's 40%?
2984.
How much?
2984. Is it? You said of 7460, right? Or 74,600.
74,600.
It's 29,840.
Yeah.
And comma 840. So your total collection is going to be 29, comma 840. And that's now going to go to your cash receipts. 29,840. 29,840. And I think we'll start everybody with 200,000 in cash. So your cash available is 229,840. 229. So what should happen now is this. Somebody should complete the sales budget. Then somebody needs to work on the production budget so we can get to the raw materials. The bottom line of what we're trying to do is to see uh, how much our expenses are going to be. So we know how much money we got. Let's just go to the capital expenditure budget. What was your principal going to be each quarter in interest? So if you go back to your assumptions, how much principal and interest were you paying each quarter?
$20,000.
So how much principal? 20,000.
Yeah.
How much interest?
Well, you talking about the whole thing? So like the whole thing was
Quarterly.
200,000.
Wait a minute, how much principal are you paying back every year? Because I don't have your information now. How much principal you paying back every year? Look at look on your capital expenditure budget. Do you have these numbers? What are your numbers here?
Yeah, it's 200,000 total.
So you're paying back over 5-year period 40,000. So that's going to be,
Oh yeah, the straight line depreciation is 40,000. Yeah.
well, I'm not concerned about that yet. But if I looked at what was your total interest you had to pay back?
The 10%
Yeah,
was
what's 10%?
20,000.
Okay, 20,000. And you say you borrowed how much? How much was it?
200.
That's your interest. You got to pay this back over a 5-year period. So your interest is 5,000 every quarter. We got it fixed at that. Then for the 200, I guess this is going to be 40,000 because you're paying back. You're paying it back over a 5-year period. So that's going to be 10,000. So you're paying back 40,000 interest, 40,000 principal and 20,000 interest each period. And so quarterly, that's 10,000 and 5,000. So these two numbers come in here. So now you got to fill in all these other numbers in terms of how much you're paying. Okay? So it may, you know, I don't know what the easiest way to do that. Do you want to finish this go to your, why don't you finish the sales budget? That's the easiest thing. Finish the sales budget. Okay?
Uh,
Finish the sales budget. Now, somebody else on your team could be doing manufacturing overhead, administrative expenses too, because those are simple ones. But let's just work on the sales budget. Next team that has some questions. Is there another team with some questions? Check on my lunch.
Dr. Boyd, did you say you were gonna put this spreadsheet in
It should be in there. You don't see it?
um hold on, let me look.
Should be under the master budget. Do you see it?
I'm looking now.
if I got a decimal for my sales, do you still want me to round up, or am I using the decimal on these?
You ain't want to round up to the nearest dollar. Just make sure the total ends up being
Because it's all like the first one's 10%, the next one's supposed to be 20%, and so on, right?
right. Just round to the nearest dollar will come out to be 37.33.
Okay.
Come out to be 37.33.
Yes, I see it.
Professor Boyd,
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
um, so for my project, I had part 11 with my group, and I did not fully understand how to fill out the chart part. And I came in at the end of you kind of going over it a little bit, and I missed it.
Part
So,
11. What's 11?
um, let me pull it up.
Assumption. She talked about the assumption.
Yeah, the assumptions. That's what it's called.
What team are you on? Whose team are you on?
Witherspoon. I don't know what number that is.
Okay, so it's look like you on here. So where were you on the project assumptions?
Uh,
11 here.
yes, at the bottom. Yes, sir.
That's where you use those formulas.
No, at the one you said. Are you looking at the one under 9? That chart. I'm the one. I'm talking about the chart further down, the last chart.
This chart.
Yes.
So where were you at?
1 second, mine is loading up. Okay, yeah. So I just was confused on how to put the information into the chart.
Mainly you're using, well, let's go. The quarterly sales percent, everybody using the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Selling price there, credit sales.
Mm-hmm.
Bad debts, everybody is using 10%, okay?
Everybody's using 10% for bad debt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Everybody using 40% for month of sale and 50% the month after for collections. Design in the inventory, so nothing to do here. Okay, your soap, that's standard, 5 facial soaps. Now all of this needs to be consistent
mm-hmm.
with what you have. Is that consistent? 130, 30 and 210, 20. See? So all of a sudden,
So for if I
you
am
weren't supposed to use, you weren't supposed to use 5 and 7. You're supposed to use 1 and 2. So you've got to put these numbers in 1 and 2 and 30 and 10. Okay.
1 and 2 and 30 and 10, I'll put that in for
Your facial
the.
soap is 1 at 30.
Mm-hmm.
So not 5, this should be 1. Okay.
Okay, raw material.
1 at 30 and 2 at 10.
And I will put that under the first month.
Well, you're just repeating the same thing. And so these costs should be the same as what was up there before.
Okay.
1 at 30 is
1
30
30.
and 2 at
Okay.
10 is 20.
Okay.
This should be the same. And the key thing that you're doing here is the overhead for you.
Okay.
The overhead that you all were using, we said we're going to use the same thing all the way through, is 222,000
Mm-hmm.
and depreciation 30. So you need 222,000 here.
It'll be 220,000 where?
For your total overhead,
Oh, okay, I see it. I see where you at.
220,000 2,000.
Okay, yeah, I had that. And then,
Your
okay.
depreciation total was 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the only thing you got to do is divide all these numbers by 4.
Right. Okay.
You put as your numbers, you got to divide by 4. You
Mm-hmm.
got it?
Right. Okay, and then for the
And then for the administrative expenses, you're going to do it the same way. Use your
same.
numbers, put the
Mm-hmm.
totals, and divide by
Okay.
4. Initial cash
Oh,
200, blah, blah, blah. You got to change this to your number for equipment,
okay.
and then
For
put down
equipment.
your interest and principal.
Okay, I
And your
got that.
interest and
Mm-hmm.
principal was, wait a minute, 20 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you got that, and then that's correct. We divide the 20 by 4. So that's the way it should look.
Okay.
So you're essentially breaking down things on a quarterly basis so they can go on these tables.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it. Where is the project? So you come to the project itself, we're doing everything by quarter. So you're
Okay.
breaking down those things so they can be moved over by quarter.
Okay. And for the equipment purchase with long-term note, you said that I would have to figure that out on how much we pay for equipment, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So you go back to your assumptions,
Almost.
and it's already here. Is this yours here? Is this you all?
Mm,
No, that's not you all.
no. Yeah. No.
How was this the one that has updated in the title?
You got updated in the tile? Yep, this is it here. What were you saying now? What was the last thing you asked me?
Uh, the equipment.
Oh, yeah, here it is here. You bought $200,000 worth of equipment with a note.
Okay.
There
Okay.
it is.
All right.
So, Professor, the selling price and all that was right. Like, do we have to fix anything up there?
I think he said that was right. And he just told me we need to add the well, you had added the raw material in there because I didn't add that. And the other number I think you had changed the 222,000. I'm a text
Okay, Tamara,
you. Yes.
let's look at what you're going to do with those numbers now. So
Okay.
once we get to the worksheet itself, for all the fixed costs, you can go ahead and work on that. And on the other teams, everybody listening because I'm going to get somebody to work on the fixed costs. So somebody on every team be listening. Let's go to manufacturing overhead. Your manufacturing overhead was 222, right?
Yes.
Divided by 4.
222 divided by 4, 55,500.
I'm going to take your word for it.
You said
You said,
divided by 4, correct?
yeah,
55,500.
I don't know where that went. your depreciation was 30,000, so 7,500.
Yeah.
So all you're gonna do, Tamara,
Mhm.
you're gonna copy these numbers,
Mhm.
and you're gonna come to this manufacturing overhead and paste it. Paste them. That was not gonna do it. Let's see.
And you
Maybe.
working on part 3 now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So all you did was to pull those numbers in.
Mhm.
It didn't pull the totals in. That's fine. We'll put the totals in. So that's 222 and 30,000. So we want 222 here and 30,000 here.
Okay.
So what's 55,500 minus? See, you aren't going to be paying any depreciation. So if you subtract 55,500 from 7,500, what do you get?
You said 55,500 minus 7,500, 48,000.
Okay. Copy it. So then if we auto sum these, this should be 192,000, right? 192.
Yes.
Okay. So you now have this table done. You see that,
Okay.
Tamara? You already
Yes.
finished. Then we're going to copy these payments. And what we're going to do these payments once we copy them. Right? We're going to come right here down here to manufacturing overhead and paste them. And you finish. How long did that take you to do that schedule?
5 minutes.
All
It
right.
took you 5 minutes. It would have took me probably a little longer.
All right, but since you know how to do, I want you to do the same thing with administrative expenses. It's going to operate the same way. And then I want you to go on and put the long-term note, enters all the totals in here, and have all of that done for your team. So all you're
Okay.
doing is putting in the quarterly amount and the total. And you can say, team, see what I did? So you're going to complete all of these schedules. Somebody else
Okay.
might can help you, but you're going to complete all of these schedules, manufacturing overhead, they all operate the same way. Administrative expense, total
Okay.
expense, less depreciation, total payment, you done. And then, of course, with these, you're going to put these all the way. They're going to be the same each quarter. And you're going to put those on there, and those schedules are done.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Demontre, did you hear what I was doing? Demontre, you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Yes,
You
I'm
heard what
here.
I told you heard what I told her to do?
Yeah, I'm actually doing the manufacturing overhead for my group.
Okay.
So
So do manufacturing overhead and administrative expenses. They're gonna work exactly the same way. And the capital expenditures, you just putting down principal and interest for each quarter, then getting your total.
all
For the
right.
sales budget and cash receipts, do you at the end do you just add up like the bad sales debt, the collection of or collections month of sales? You add all those up.
Well, let me see where you are. Is this you here?
Yeah,
Yeah. So did you put selling price and total sales and credit sales all the way across? 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%?
yeah. So
You
like
got,
it was supposed to be 20% of the 3733, all like 20%, 30% of the 733 all the way across.
so what's 20% of 3733?
747.
How much?
747.
747. Okay. Let's put 747 here. Selling price is what? Still 200. Ah, wrong thing. So what's 200 times 747?
149, 400.
Okay, this is 14900. And all of these sales are credit sales. 149, comma 400. Bad debts is gonna be what? 1494.
14,000. Yeah,
How much you collecting?
59,760.
How did you get that?
I did 40% of the 149, 400.
That's 59,760.
Yeah.
Where the 40% come from?
That's the standard collections in the month of sales. Always, we said we're using 40%.
Oh,
So you should be doing the same thing, using 40% of the month of sale. Now, person, what else we going to collect in the quarter two? We're going to
Uh,
collect 50% of quarter one sale. So we need to take 50% of 74,600. How much is that?
hold up.
Is that 37,300?
At 37, 300.
Okay. So your total collections in the second quarter is going to be what?
So I would subtract that from that, right?
You're going to add them.
I,
You collected the current month and then some of the old. So does that appear to be 97,060?
so
Is that
yeah, it's
97?
97,060.
Okay. So now what we're going to do to 97,060? Copy it and put it in here. These are going to be our collections. what did I say, 9706. Sometimes you have to clear these out.
So,
Almost
Professor Boyd,
97060. But let me finish with him.
okay.
So you got 97060. So what you got to do is finish the collections on that sales budget. So you want to finish the sales budget. So finish all of this out, and then you'll be showing down here the collections. Okay. And
Wait, hold on. Can you do that? Say that one more time. I wasn't paying attention. I was on the other screen.
every time you get a number here,
Oh, we put them in the collections.
you're gonna put it in collection on the cash budget.
Okay. Do we have to carry anything across, or is just everything down? Like
Everything
we don't have to.
down.
Okay.
And with that, and if you get all your administrative capital expenditures, MOH done, then you got a lot of your expenditures that are going to be in here. And it's only going to leave raw materials, ink, paper, labor, and selling expense, but you're going to have most of them done. Okay? Okay, so somebody was asking me something a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that was me,
With the raw,
Tamara.
Okay,
my
what,
bad.
Tamara?
But with the raw materials
I
stay
just
the
got.
same all the way
Oh,
across.
he got
My
it.
bad.
No,
With the
no, that's a variable cost.
okay.
We'll probably cover that on Monday and Tuesday.
All right.
It will not be the same all the way across. We'll look at one of them. Tamara,
Okay, yeah, I was just finishing up this my assumption, little chart fix and everything, and I got a question about the collections. So for the month of sales and to find the 40% of each for each quarter, how would I do that to find the sale? I know
you're
I
not doing
once
that. You finished. Your
I
thing was
oh okay.
these
Okay,
fixed
we're not
costs.
doing so we're not doing
Overhead,
all that. Okay.
you don't have to worry about that because that has to be done on those schedules. Because they
Okay,
got
and
the
so for the
assumptions,
administration expenses,
they'll use those assumptions.
okay.
All I want you to do is have manufacturing overhead done with depreciation. I want you to have administrative expenses done with
Mm,
depreciation. And then I wanted you to
okay.
have the interest and principal. You have
Okay.
all of
Oh,
that done?
yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're getting good.
I'm finna sit next to Witherspoon so she can put that in.
Okay, anybody? Anyone else before I get back to Man and King and Company? So you can see if you get all those sales numbers in there, and if you get those fixed costs in, you're just about halfway done, a little over halfway. And we'll be able to finish the others up next week. So just get all of these done, but your numbers got to be correct.
I got one more question about the sales budget. So for the last one that we just did, we did the 50% of 74,600,
Mm-hmm.
but we put it under quarter two,
Because that's
and
when you
we
got
did
it.
the so for the next one, would I do the same thing, like do
You're gonna do the
50%
same
of
thing.
the quarter before? So I
40%
would
of
do
the
50.
current sales, 40% of the current sales, and then 50% of the last semester. So I mean the second, because you're always getting 50% of your money the next quarter.
Yeah. Okay. So for the third one, I would do 50% of quarter two.
You do 50% of, okay, got it. You'll be doing 50% of 149. See here, you did 50% of
Yeah. Quarter three.
746. So you're gonna do 50% of 149.4 and put that here.
In quarter three.
Right.
Okay.
So you're always getting 50% of this the next quarter. 50% the next quarter.
All right.
Got it? So you're way more than halfway finished. If you get sales done, you get all those fixed costs done. Then you see we got to do the variable costs, and they change. See, they're not going to be the same. So we'll work on those on Monday and Tuesday. Then we'll make a few journal entries, and we'll be ready to go. So now, Man and King, who I did partially lead astray.
Do I have to do the cash available for quarter two, three, and four too?
He stepped out. He'll be right back.
Oh, for sure.
Was there a question for me? Was there a question?
Yeah, I was wondering, for the cash available, do we have to carry that all the way across the four quarters too? Like how we
No,
have the
you
two
can't
twenty
do it
nine?
yet. No, you don't do that yet.
Okay, so once I have all my collections for the four quarters, I should be good on everything.
Yeah, well, we'll give you one assignment to do. You can get somebody to do. Okay, I'll get these two sales here that we have. Copy. And let's go to selling expenses. Okay, so you see your two sales here. You see that? And you
Yeah.
put all four in. All you got to do, what was our commission rate? Was it 20%, correct?
The commission rate.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
So the selling expenses. Pretty sure that was 20%.
Yeah.
So what's 20% of 74,600?
14,920.
14,520. So, and then so what you gonna do with that?
Not 920.
920. Okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna put it right here. 14,920. So you can knock your selling expenses out. I put it the wrong place. Clear content. 14. Then all you got to do to finish that up is put in the sales, take 20%, put that on that line. Got it?
Take the sales and then do the 20% and put them all with the. Okay, for sure.
You put them all on this line for selling expenses.
Minimum expense. Okay.
You got another one knocked out. And that's just going to leave you your raw materials and direct labor. And that's going to be based, I think you had how many raw materials?
3.
So you got to have, so you got to do the production budget. Then you're going to have to do 3 raw materials and labor. So we'll
What?
work on that on Tuesday, but you'll be finished by then almost. Once you get that done, then we got to make some journal
Oh,
entries. Okay?
uh,
So when this due? Cause I didn't sit on here and my other class started at 5:30 and I've been on here.
It's not due until final exam week.
Oh, okay. I've been trying not to miss nothing. So I've been
Say
missing my
what?
other. I said I've been trying not to miss nothing, so I missed my other class. Well, it started already, but
Well, most stuff is done now. Most of it is done.
okay. Well, I'm gone. Thank you, Dr. Boyd.
You're welcome. Okay. Man, are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So have you started on, well, let's go back to uh, your assumptions. So did we get that switch to 32? See, you're muted, man.
Yes, Dr. Boyd, that got switched to 32.
And we're going with the fixed cost of 491, 220. So what's your break even now?
I didn't get a chance to do my break even. Um,
Let me see if I can find my calculator.
it is 32.
Professor Boyd, you gonna have office hours?
Monday, yeah.
Well, not really office hours, like tutoring. How you be getting on here like at 6 and going over stuff with us
Right. We'll do
sometime?
that
You
on
gonna do that?
Monday.
You gonna do that on Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
32.
The chart we got at the top, we just filling in from what we already had, like the assumptions we already had.
Where you at now? Yeah. Yeah. Assumption. Right.
Yeah, just the top part, like the break even table and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just a continuation. Ah, it is lunch. So man, I'm getting 15,351.
That's what I was getting to, but I was thinking that was big. That was a large number.
Well, let's test it out and see. 15. So we said our selling price was going to be 160, but the variable cost is 128. And the contribution margin is 32. So if I multiply 32 times 15,351, I get 491,232 as my contribution margin. 491,232. And your fixed costs are 491,220. So you see how with within $12.
Yes.
Okay. So what would have happened once we gone on through? We would have caught up with that, and we would have been way off. So that's why we check it. So you can do the others later.
Okay.
Those 15,350. Wait a minute, I got the wrong
That's gonna be for break even. It's gonna be
thing. Right.
15,351.
So you never transferred any of this to the
I have it
spreadsheet.
on I have it on my spreadsheet, but we didn't resubmit another one back to you.
So your 15,351 goes here. Okay.
Okay.
And now we got to break it down. So
We're gonna divide it for
with 10%, is 1535. See, if you had it on the spreadsheet, it would have been much easier to make these corrections. But I didn't have it in there, so. So 20% is 3070.
70. Yes.
30%,
4605.
4605. And what's 40%?
6140.
Okay, so we're at 15,350, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna make this last one 6141. Now it'll put us at the 16.
51. Okay. I see what you're doing.
See what I'm saying? It puts us there at the
351.
15,351. And what's our selling price?
160.
Selling price go 60. What's our total sales?
Total sales is what is it? Hold on, let me look at my spreadsheet. Total sales, 491, 220.
What's our selling price?
160.
1535 times 160 is how much?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You said 15,351 times 160.
15, no, the 1535. We in the first
Oh,
quarter.
I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know why I jumped. 1535 times 160. 245, 600.
Okay. And those are all going to be credit sales. Bad debt's going to be 10% of that, 24, 560. Collection, the month of sale is 40%. That 98,240.
I'm adding it right now. Yes, 98,240.
What are we going to do with the 98,240?
We're gonna keep 40%. Wait a minute. No, that is the 40%. We're gonna keep
So we're going to take it to,
The second quarter, right?
now we're going to take it down to the cash budget.
Oh, the cash budget.
Remember we were in such bad shape last time.
Oh,
This
yes,
is the
that's
reason,
right.
because we didn't have enough sales. Remember we were losing
Yes,
all of that money?
right. And we had to, yes, I remember.
So that was part of the reason why. So we'll keep the 200,000 in there, I guess. So we won't be looking as bad as we were before. Let me take these out. Okay. So 98,240. So we got 298 on the 240. See, when we were doing it before, we didn't have any cost in there to cover the selling expenses or the bad debts. And so that's why we ended up in trouble. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start and put the interest in. Charles, you can put that interest in for us? So you're paying interest of 30,000 and your note was 300,000. So you would have had to pay back 300,000 divided by 5. That's 60,000 a year.
Divide that into four, though, right?
Right. So 60,000 and 30,000 are the total interest. So let's put 60,000, 30,000. Wait a minute, clear these contents. 60,000, 30,000. And so that's going to be 15,000 for the principal, and it's going to be what, 7,500 for the interest.
For the interest.
Uh, 18, and we can copy these.
Okay.
And because this is a fixed expense, it's going to stay the same all the way across. Copy. We can go to the here, paste. You see, so now we've got the interest and everything done for the whole year. Let's go to administrative expense, manufacturing overhead. Your overhead was
Hold on, I can tell you. I can bring my spreadsheet up. Manufacturing overhead was 159,720.
okay. So 159,720 is the total.
Yes.
Excuse me, Professor. You doing somebody right now? I just joined back.
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
720. How's that class? 159,720 is
I left.
the
I'm trying to hurry up. It's turned in.
159,720. And our interest was, I mean, our depreciation was what?
Um,
60,000?
yes.
What you mean?
So we divide the 60 by 4, that's 15,000, correct?
Yes.
And then we divide the 159,720 by 4. There, 159,720.
It's 39,930.
39,930?
Yes. But make sure I got it right. I was doing it so fast. Yep, that's right.
Well, I think I had it 39, comma 930. Now we're going to copy these, copy, put them in here, paste. And so now, wait a minute, I don't need that. We got to take the difference. So 39,330 minus 15,000 is going to be what? Is that 14,930?
Uh, Wait a minute. I think so. No, I come up with 20. Hold on. I come up with 24,930.
24. That's better.
Yes.
24,930. And so our total payment for manufacturing overhead is going to be what? 99,720.
I'm adding it up now. Yep, 99,720.
So we have another schedule done for overhead. All we got to do is copy it, And let's knock out administrative expense. We'll do it the same way.
Okay.
So your administrative expense was
301, 301,500.
okay, 301,500 in total.
Yes.
And your depreciation on the schedule was how much?
Hold on.
Well, you had zero, but 30,000. So it should have been 30,000.
Okay.
So let's make the depreciation 30,000, and we'll just drop other salaries to uh, 70,000. So we're not going to change the total.
Okay.
So depreciation was 30,000. So when we go to the schedule, so depreciation is 7,500, and the 301,500 divided by 4.
It's 75,375.
Okay, so 75,375. Okay, and our difference is how much?
It's gonna be 67,875.
7,875. So for the fixed expenses, these are the same all the way across, so we can just copy, paste, and then our total.
It's 271,500.
How much is it?
271,500.
Okay. 271, comma, 5. So we can copy this row, copy, and put that here. Wait a minute now. Okay. Did we do our sales all the way across? We hadn't done that yet.
Do the total administrative expense supposed to be the same straight across? Like the same number straight across?
Administrative expense, same quarterly amount. Yeah, they're fixed costs, so they're the same all the way across.
Okay.
So that and manufacturing overhead work the same. Let's do our selling expense for the first quarter. It changes based on sales. So we had 245 600 is total sales. Now, commission rate was 20%. So what's 20% of, was it 246 or 245?
It was
245, 600. 245, 600. So what's 20% of that?
491, 120.
49, comma, 120. So we're going to take the 49, 120, and we will paste it. So before we get into your labor and everything, we have cost of 164. So you see how we aren't losing a whole lot of money, but we don't have this in. Now remember we said you had 4 raw materials, right?
No, we had 7.
You got 7?
But we're gonna, we probably need to change that and still have the same total. But that's a lot because we're gonna have to add all those raw materials for each one. That's a lot. Can we do that, Professor Boyd?
So you want to try to put them all on one schedule. So if we were to put them all on one schedule, would that work?
And still have it the same price, or at least like 2?
60.
Can we do that?
I don't know if you can, they're costing different amounts and everything.
I know. We didn't know what we was getting into when we said we needed 7 items. We'll never stop. We'll be up all night, every night.
I don't know about that. Well, let's just say it. Let's just try it for a second. So you have one raw material. Let's go to production budget. Let's pull these sales in. So you got to have 1535 plus half of the next quarter. So that's another 1535. So your total needed is what?
Um,
3070?
yes.
Less the beginning inventory, you didn't have any. So you got to make 3070. So you need that on your here, You got to have it on labor too. So the way you're doing it now is that your per unit requirement is 1. So this becomes 3070, 3, 0, 7, 0. The unit cost is 60 for the raw materials. So what's 60 times 3070?
184,200. 184,200.
So this is 184,200.
Yes.
We only have to pay 75% of this. So what's 75% of 184,200?
75% would be, hold on, 184. I don't know if my number, that's right. That's what I got. But I was like, I wasn't for
138,
sure.
150.
138, 150.
So we got to put the 138, 150 down here. Then we got to do some labor. So you paying these people at $2 an hour, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, but your per unit requirement is what?
Um,
10, right?
yes.
So it takes 10. So it's going to take you 30,700 hours, right?
Yes. So that's gonna be 3070, 700,
Right. You're paying them $2 an hour. Mm. So that's going to be what?
61. Wait a minute. Am I right?
61,400.
Yes.
So let's take the 61,400. So when we add up all of these costs, how much we get that you paying?
Um,
363,975. Is that right?
that's right. That's
But
a
you only
lot.
have what?
Um,
298, 240.
yes.
So you short 65, 735.
So that means I'm gonna have to borrow money, right?
Mm-hmm.
because we have to keep 100,000 in our account,
Gotta
correct?
have 100,000 in your account. How much you gotta borrow? How much your line of credit need to be for this first quarter?
It needs to be. Hold on.
Probably 165, 735.
Yes, because I have to add the negative, right? What I'm
Mm-hmm.
short.
Mm-hmm. So now when you get to next year, you don't have, your beginning balance is only 100,000. Okay?
But that's the 100,000 that I'm borrowing, though, right? It's not even
No,
my hundred. Oh,
no,
okay.
you got at the end of the year you got 100,000 in the bank. So start of next year you got 100,000.
Okay.
You got that, child? You still there? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm here. My computer messed up when you were trying to talk to me. Right when you were trying to talk to me, my mic was messing up.
I could have had you do all of the other work. So you gonna finish up everything else now?
Dr. Boyd, I'm gonna finish it up. I just want to make sure it's
No,
done.
he needs to do something. That
Well,
child.
No,
Charles
no,
has
she
helped.
not. She not gonna do it on her own. Of course not.
No, Charles gonna help. Yes, but I have the gist of it. But Charles helps. He does.
So y'all got to finish sales budget and cash receipts,
Okay.
production budget, and then these raw materials, ink, paper, and direct labor. So y'all work on that and y'all be done. Weatherspoon, where are we?
And
Anything?
Dr. Boyd, Monday, right at 6 for tutoring,
Monday
correct?
6.
All right. So can I leave now?
Yeah, you can leave now.
But
Thank you so much for your drop off.
oh, you're welcome, Dr. Boyd. Thank you. I appreciate everything, Dr. Boyd. Our group is really appreciative of everything that you with our tutoring and everything. So we appreciate you.
Okay, well
My group
that's
did.
fine.
My group.
What you say, Weatherspoon? Your group appreciate it too. They just don't come to tutoring.
No, they ungrateful.
You're welcome. Bye.
But I'm thankful.
Oh, that's good.
But I'm trying to redo this so I can submit it. Cause our stuff all over the place.
So what?
I said I'm trying to redo it and submit it because our stuff is all over the place. But I'm gonna send you what I have so far.
Well, why don't you
I
do
mean,
that? Are you going to be on Monday?
yeah,
Okay. So I'll begin with you on Monday.
okay.
So
Wait, no, I
submit
gotta
me.
turn this in tonight.
Say what?
No, I gotta turn this in tonight.
No, it's all right.
Okay, well I'll be there Monday.
All right. So just, yeah, don't rush it. Just go and work on it. And then just plan to turn it into, we'll go over it on Monday. And so at this point, we're trying to get it finished and everything. Okay.
Okay.
So you have a
Well,
good
thank
evening
you. You too.
and we'll see you on Monday.
All right.